Alright, hi again. I am ruminating on my thoughts on Genesis 22. Abraham's tested. So we just saw this big show in chapter 21 about Hagar and her son and the corruption regarding the well and those 7 ewes about the well in Beersheba. Now we see this really big to do regarding Isaac and him being his son, his only son. But clearly it's not his only son. We have already established that repeatedly. And then sometime later, God tested Abraham. He said to Abraham, take your son to the region of Moriah and sacrifice him there as a burnt offering. After all of this, after everything and all the promises made by this God, I'm going to give you this kid just to see if you'll kill your son, because I tell you to. I'm just going to see how obedient you are. I'm just going to put you through this mental anguish and this torture of telling you that you're going to have to sacrifice your child to me as a burnt offering. And he doesn't question it. He doesn't think, geez, after all the things that I've done, this has to be up there as the worst. He hadn't necessarily committed murder per se. I mean, although he was a war hero, I don't know. This just seems like he has no limit on how terrible of a person he's going to be. Like, in the name of his God, he will literally do anything and won't question it and be like, is that really God telling me to do this terrible thing? Just does it. And the kid, he's like, this smart kid, he's putting it together. He's like, this is out of the ordinary. Father, excuse me, Father. Yes, my son. The fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? God himself will provide the lamb. Don't worry your little head, son. And then he gets there and he's just like, yep. It's like the cartoons of tying somebody to the railroad tracks. He's just bound his son and laid him on the altar on top of the wood. No compunction, no conscience in doing this. And the child just complying the whole time. He's like, okay, tie me up. Yeah, okay. And then he was gonna cut his throat. He was gonna dispatch him. And then he makes this promise again. I will surely bless you. Like, how I've lost count of how many times he and his descendants have been promised this by their God. It just keeps coming. And then Abraham learns that he's an uncle. That's nice. Familial touch. On to chapter 23.